Good afternoon, future soldiers. This is Staff Sergeant Brian, your assistant future soldier leader, Pool Army Recruiting Station. All right, this afternoon I'm going to give you guys a brief class about ranks in the Army. Okay, and next week I'm going to give you guys a class on insignias. Okay, so all this information we're going to go over is here on GoArmy.com. So it's really simple, really easy. All you do is go to GoArmy.com and find ranks, and then you guys can come back and check out all the ranks and stuff. Most of this information you guys should already have at the future soldier orientation, but I just want to just go back over it briefly with you guys, okay? So we're going to go over the three different tabs we have here. We have enlisted, warrant, and officer, okay? Really quick, really easy. We're just going to go over what they look like and what the grade is and what is the actual full name, okay? So first we have right here, enlisted side is E1 private, all right? Obviously there's no rank, there's no logo here, no crest or anything. It's just you have nothing going on right there, no insignia, all right? The next here we got is E2, private first class. You got a chevron here, okay? Next we have here is a private first class. You got a little chevron. And you have a rocker. All right, private first class is E3. All right, you guys automatically get promoted to E3 after a year of being in service. If you have not reached E3 by the time you reach a year in service, it will be automatically granted to you. Okay, next we have E4 specialist. All right, same deal, man. After 2 years, if you haven't already reached specialist within 2 years, E4, then you will automatically be promoted, barring you have any negative actions pending against you. All right. So next up we have E4 corporal. Okay. So yes, I said E4 corporal because you can be a corporal and a specialist. All right. It's either or. In order to become a corporal, you have to be laterally promoted over, and then you'll switch your rank over to an E4 corporal. So all that is you're served as a non-commissioned officer. All right. So that's the beginning of it. You'll be in a smaller unit. You'll have all the duties of sergeants and things like that. And you're responsible for training and everything. And personal appearance, you see, as it reads right here, personal appearance, cleanliness of soldiers. So you, as E4, as a corporal, will be taking care of soldiers, and you'll be considered a non-commissioned officer. All right. So E5 is sergeant. You got the three chevrons right here. All right, same thing as the corporal. You'll be taking care of soldiers and going and taking care of training and setting training up. Next here we have E5 sergeant or E6 staff sergeant. Forgive me. Difference now we have to still have the three chevrons, and now we have one rocker underneath. Just like you was a private first class, now you're E6. You got the rocker right there. These are squad leaders generally, 9 to 10 soldiers. All right. Next we have E7 sergeant first class. All right. Then you got the two rockers underneath here. All right, you got the chevrons up there. Still three chevrons. Nothing that won't change. It's just going with the rockers now. E7. Okay, so they're generally your platoon sergeants in the unit. All right. Next here we have E8 master sergeant. Okay. Now we got more rockers. It looks like we got three here. Okay. Let me move that up a little bit so you guys can see the full thing. All right. E8 Master Sergeant, E8 First Sergeant. Same deal with the E4 Corporal and Specialist. Okay, the only difference is, they're both E8s. All right, you could both be E8s. The only difference here, you see the little diamond in here. That means that the First Sergeant is in charge of a company at that time. He's in charge of a company. The Master Sergeant, he's not in charge of a company, but he's still an E8. And this rank right here is when you start addressing the NCO by full first sergeant. Right, usually from E5 all the way to E7, you say sergeant. Now you have to put in that first sergeant, master sergeant, sergeant major in there, just a sign of respect. Okay. The next we got the E9 sergeant major. I'm pretty sure everybody's heard about sergeant major before. Okay, so you got the three rockers right there, and then you have the star over here. Then you have command sergeant major. Okay, command sergeant major means that the only difference between these two is that command sergeant major is in charge of the battalion or brigade or what have you. All right, and then obviously you got sergeant major. He or she still need to be called sergeant major, right? Because they got that star right there. And then command sergeant major, they have the two reefs right here on the end, on the outskirts. And then we have one sergeant major in the Army. He works with the chief of staff. All right, as you see, you got the eagle crest right here, inside two stars, right? E9. They're all E9. Okay, guys, like I said, this is all the enlisted side right here. And we're gonna dive deep into the warrant officers. All right. So there's 5 warrant officers. Okay, really easy. Warrant officer 1, CW 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. As you can see, the dots right here. You got the little square inside the silver little rectangle going down. 2, 3. You don't have to necessarily address them Chief Warrant Officer 4. You just say yes sir, no sir, Mr. or Mrs. Chief. You know that all works well, but it always important that you give them that level of respect, saying hey chief, hey sir, hey ma'am, hey, you know what I'm saying, giving them that level of respect. And you'll notice whenever they're walking up that you'll see that there's rank on their chest. All right. So next, we're just gonna dive. There's not too much to say about warrant officers. That's straightforward. Okay. We're gonna go in the last tab here. Officers. All officers is yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. All right. Whether it be a second lieutenant or all the way down here to major, it's still yes sir, no sir. All right. So first we're gonna dive off to second lieutenant with the gold bar. Right. Second lieutenants usually are your platoon leader level leader, and you'll encounter them most often instead of all these other officers. Okay. Then the second lieutenant will get promoted to first lieutenant, as you see here with the silver bar. All right, still the same deal. They may be your platoon leaders, what have you, or they work in the battalion. Third, you got your O3 here. O3 is the captain. Okay, captain is in charge of the company level. All right, and work well with first sergeants. They work with the first sergeant. And next you have here, as you see right here, is this oak leaf cluster looking insignia with the gold is major. All right, 04, working the battalion level, and they work well. And they work with the lieutenant colonel here. Same insignia, just silver. Okay, and those are the battalion level commanders. All right, they're in charge of whole battalions and the companies that fall within the battalion. All right, so after lieutenant colonel, you're gonna fall into this bird right here. This is the colonel. All right, colonels are in charge of brigades. All right. And they work with sergeant majors, as do lieutenant colonels. So on the enlisted side, sergeant major, enlisted side, sergeant major. All right, captains, enlisted side, first sergeant. All right. Then you fall into the generals. Okay, after the colonels are usually in charge of brigades. Generals are in charge of divisions. Okay, so a brigadier general right here usually is in charge of the division right here. And then that, so on and so forth. The major general, 2-star, 10,000, 15,000 soldiers, division size units, multiple battalions, multiple brigades fall under this major general. Then you have a lieutenant general, and then you have the 4-star general. Okay, 4-star general is the chief of staff. All right. So you won't encounter generals as much as you would think, but when you do, obviously you have to give them the respect. Yes sir, no sir. Obviously, stand at attention. And then I believe one of the other sergeants in our station is going to teach you guys the proper positions to stand at. All right. So this is just a brief class of what the ranks are. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have already seen these because we've given you guys a future soldier orientation. But I wanted to give you guys a spell on an actual place on website where you can actually look at the description of each rank. And if you guys have any questions about what does it take to become an officer once you're in, what does it take to become a warrant officer once you're in, just general questions like that, or what I'm saying, just feel free to just contact your recruiter. Okay, contact your recruiter, contact me, myself, Sergeant Brian, Sergeant Duncey, or Sergeant Vignes, our station commander. Okay, we're open to you guys at any point in time. So anytime you have any questions or anything like that, just hit us up. All right. That'll be the conclusion of my class, and I guess I'll see you guys next week when I give you another class on insignias. I'm gonna try to dive deeper into insignias. So I appreciate you guys watching, and make sure you guys stay safe.